We are in lesson 375. This is a spelling dictation lesson. The words in this lesson are going to be two-syllable words, and we are going to divide the word into syllables according to Syllable Rule 2. Let me just remind you that we no longer use nonsense words in this program, and all the words we dictate now are real words. Syllable Rule 2 says that when two vowels representing sounds are separated by two or more consonants, you divide the word into syllables after the first consonant before the next consonant. And determining the number of syllables in a word is the number of vowel sounds in a word. If you have one vowel sound in a word, you have a one-syllable word. If you have two vowel sounds in a word, you have a two-syllable word. So when you have multiple vowel sounds in a word, you have to figure out where to divide the word into syllables, and that's where these syllable rules come into effect. This is the procedure we use to mark words. First of all, we underline all consonant and vowel teams. If a letter or letter team represents its second sound, we double underline that letter or letter team. If a word has a silent E in it, we underline that silent E. That's the first step. The second step is we place dots under all vowel sounds to identify those vowel sounds. Step 3, if we have a multiple syllable word, meaning if we have more than one vowel sound in a word, then we must divide the word into syllables. And if we need to do that, and of course all the words in this lesson are two-syllable words, we assign a syllable rule number above the word. And we write it slightly to the right of the division line. And then our final step is to associate a vowel group number with each vowel sound in a word. Let's begin with row 1. The first word is fragment. Fragment. This piece is just one fragment of the puzzle. Fragment. First syllable, frag, 4 sounds. F, r, a, g. Ment, 4 sounds. M, e, n, t. Fragment. Now, the first thing we do is look for teams, or see if a letter represents its second sound, or look for a silent E. But we have none of those elements in this word. So the next step then is to identify vowel sounds. And we do that by placing dots under the vowels that represent sounds. We have 2 vowel sounds in this word, which means we have a two-syllable word, which means now we need to apply the syllable rule number to determine where to divide the word into syllables. Syllable rule 2 is in effect here because we have 2 consonants between our vowels. We divide after the first consonant and before the second consonant. We write the syllable rule number above the word slightly to the right of that division line. And then finally, we associate vowel group numbers under the vowels that represent sounds. And in both of these syllables, we have a vowel followed by a consonant. So both vowels will represent their short sounds according to vowel group 1. The next word is conquest. Conquest. The army made a very major conquest. Conquest. The first syllable is con, 3 sounds. K, a, n. Quest, 5 sounds. First 2 sounds qua, e, s, t. Conquest. The first step is to identify teams. We have a team in QU, and also notice N is double underlined. Why is N double underlined? Because it's representing its second sound, and why is that? Because when the letter N is followed by the sound k or g, N will represent its second sound. Now you might say, well, there's not a K after the N. Well, think about what sound QU represents. QU in English is a consonant team representing the sounds K and W, qua. So we actually do have the sound K that comes right after the letter N. That's why N is representing its second sound here. Now the next step is to identify your vowel sounds. Count the consonants between your vowels. By the way, consonant teams count as a unit of one. So between the O and the E, we have the letter N, which counts as one, and the letter team QU, which is a consonant team, that counts as one as well. So we divide between the N and the QU team according to Syllable Rule 2. Finally, we assign vowel group numbers to our vowel sounds. And we have vowel group 1. In each syllable, we have one vowel followed by a consonant. The vowels represent their short sounds. Conquest. The next word is better. Better. It is better to be on time. Better. First syllable, bet, 3 sounds. B, e, t. Second syllable, ter, 2 sounds. T, Bet, ter. Now the first step, we mark our teams. We have a team here, ER. Next, identify your vowel sounds by placing dots under them. We have 2 vowel sounds in this word, so we have a 2-syllable word. So let's assign a syllable rule number to the word to determine where to divide it. This is syllable rule 2. We divide between the 2 T's. Finally, we associate a vowel group number with the vowels in the word. In the first syllable, we have one vowel followed by a consonant. That's vowel group 1. The E will represent its short sound. In the second syllable, ER is a vowel team representing the sound and that's vowel group 5, the R-controlled vowel teams. The word is pronounced better. Now, for the following words, I'm just going to introduce each word. We will spell it. You will pause the video, mark the word, and then I will advance the screen, and you can see if you've marked the word correctly or not. The next word is instinct. Instinct. His instinct was to run. Instinct. First syllable, in, 2 sounds. I, n. Stinct. This syllable has 6 sounds. That's about as many sounds as you're going to get in a syllable in English. S, t, I, n, k, t. Instinct. Now, you want to mark this word, and once you've completely marked it, advance the screen to see if you've marked it correctly. Instinct. The letter N is followed by the sound K, so we double underline the end, indicating it's representing its second sound, Row 2, tinsel. Tinsel. Put some tinsel on the Christmas tree. Tinsel. First syllable, tin, 3 sounds. T, I, n. Cell, 3 sounds. S, e, l. Tin cell. Mark the word. Tin cell. Now, remember, for spelling, we have a spelling vocabulary, which means that you mentally pronounce the word in your own head, your own mind, the way the word is spelled. We contrast that with our spoken vocabulary, which is the way we pronounce a word in conversation. So, for instance, in this word, in conversation, we say tinsel. But for spelling, when you're spelling the word in your own mind, say tin cell. And we have to exaggerate the sound that each of the individual letters in each of these syllables represents. Remember, in English, the unaccented syllable, the vowel sound loses its clarity, and we revert to a schwa sound, which is the short U sound. So to counteract that for spelling, you have to remember to pronounce the word so that the clarity of the vowel in the unaccented syllable is not lost. The next word is downtown. Let's go downtown. Down has 3 sounds, d, ow, n. Town has 3 sounds, t, ow, n. Downtown. This is a compound word, which is simply 2 words combined to represent another word. Mark this word. Downtown. Ransack. Ransack. The burglar did ransack my apartment. Ransack. Ran, 3 sounds. R, a, n. Sack, 3 sounds. S, a, k. Ransack. Mark the word. Ransack. Muffin. Muffin. I would like a muffin for breakfast. Muffin. First syllable muff, 3 sounds. M, a, f. Fin, 3 sounds. F, I, n. Muff, fin. Mark the word. Muff, fin. Muffin. Row 3, pamphlet. Pamphlet. I read the pamphlet yesterday. Pamphlet. Pam, 3 sounds. P, a, m. Flet, 4 sounds. F, l, e, t. Pamphlet. Mark the word. Pamphlet. Pamphlet. Bandit. Bandit. The bandit drove away in a car. Bandit. Ban, 3 sounds. B, a, n. Dit, 3 sounds. D, I, t. Bandit. Mark the word. Bandit. Buzzard. Buzzard. The buzzard came down to eat the dead animal. Buzzard. First syllable buzz, 3 sounds. B, a, z. Zard, 3 sounds. Z, r, d. Buzz, zard. Mark the word. Buzz, zard. Buzzard. Flutter. Flutter. The butterfly did flutter in the air. Flutter. Flut, 4 sounds. F, l, t. Tur, 2 sounds. T, Flut, tur. Mark the word. Flut, tur. Flutter. Row 4, segment. Segment. This segment of the show is kind of boring. Segment. Seg, 3 sounds. S, e, g. Ment, 4 sounds. M, e, n, t. Segment. Mark the word. Segment. Segment. Distant. Distant. She is a distant relative of mine. Distant. Dis, 3 sounds. D, I, s. Tant, 4 sounds. T, a, n, t. Distant. Now again, our speaking vocabulary for this in conversation is distant. But for spelling, pronounce it distant. Mark the word. Distant. Distant. Hammock. Hammock. I love to lie in my hammock. Hammock. First syllable, ham, 3 sounds. H, a, m. Mock, 3 sounds. M, a, k. Ham, mock. Mark the word. Ham, mock. Hammock. Notice we use CK at the end to represent the sound k. Normally in English, when you have a short vowel followed by k, we use CK to represent that sound, though there are exceptions. Napkin. Napkin. I dropped my napkin. Napkin. First syllable nap, 3 sounds. N, a, p. Kin, 3 sounds. K, I, n. Napkin. Mark the word. Napkin. Row 5. Vendor. Vendor. The vendor displayed his wares. Vendor. First syllable ven, 3 sounds. V, e, n. Door, 2 sounds. D, or. Vendor. Mark the word. Vendor. Vendor. Kindred. Kindred. We are kindred spirits. Kindred. Kin, 3 sounds. K, I, N. Dread, 4 sounds. D, R, E, D. Kindred. Mark the word. Kindred. Kindred. So for spelling, we pronounce this word kindred. For speaking in a conversation, the word would be pronounced kindred. Public. Public. This is a public meeting space. Public. Pub, 3 sounds. P, B. Lick, 3 sounds. L, I, K. Public. Mark the word. Public. Here at the end of the word, we have a short vowel followed by K, but we use C instead of CK to represent the sound. There's no hard, fast spelling rule I can tell you about, except that most of the time we use CK, but you have to memorize these words where you use C instead of CK. Embark. Embark. We are about to embark on a real adventure. Embark. First syllable M, 2 sounds. M. Bark, 3 sounds. B, R, K. Embark. Mark the word. Embark. Embark. Row 6. Monster. Monster. The monster in the movie was scary. Monster. First syllable mon, 3 sounds. M, A, N. Stir, 3 sounds. S, T, Monster. Mark the word. Monster. Monster. Willing. Willing. I am willing if you are. Willing. First syllable will, 3 sounds. W, I, L. Ling, 3 sounds. L, I, Ng. Willing. Mark the word. Willing. Willing. Unpack. Unpack. Time to unpack. Unpack. First syllable un, 2 sounds. N. Pack, 3 sounds. P, A, K. Unpack. Mark the word. Unpack. Hollow. Hollow. This tree is hollow at its core. Hollow. First syllable hol, 3 sounds. H, A, L. Low, 2 sounds. L, O. Hollow. Mark the word. Hollow. Hollow. Our final row 7. Skeptic. Skeptic. He is a real skeptic about this idea. Skeptic. First syllable skep, 4 sounds. S, K, E, P. Tick, 3 sounds. T, I, K. Skeptic. Mark the word. Skeptic. Here again at the end of the word we have the sound K, and right in front of it we have the short vowel sound, but we do not use CK here but the letter C. Attempt. Attempt. I will attempt one more time to deliver the package. Attempt. Now for spelling, pronounce the word at, tempt. First syllable is at, 2 sounds. At. Second syllable is tempt. Tempt, 5 sounds. T, E, M, P, T. At, tempt. Mark the word. At, tempt. Attempt. Snapper. Snapper. I like to eat snapper. Snapper. First syllable snap, 4 sounds. S, N, A, P. Per, 2 sounds. P, Snap, per. Mark the word. Snap, per. Snapper. And our final word is zigzag. Zigzag. The car began to zigzag. First syllable zig, 3 sounds. Z, I, G. Zag, 3 sounds. Z, A, G. Zigzag. Mark the word. Zigzag. And this completes the dictation of words in lesson 375.